In this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to set up Python to be able to do the graphics portion of this 5.6 unit. So the first thing you need to realize is that for the graphics commands that I have for you to work, you have to have this graphics.py in the same directory as your Python source code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, let's say I make a folder on my desktop and I'm going to call it 5.6 stuff. Then what I have to do is copy that graphics.py into it. So click that link, hit download, and you're going to find that file, graphics.py, copy it, go to your desktop, and paste it in there. So now graphics.py is in this 5.6 stuff folder on the desktop. Okay. And now we can go ahead and make a Python source code file inside this same directory. So I'm going to say in the Python idle editor, I'm going to say new file. And I'm going to save this into that same location. So on my desktop, 5.6 stuff. So I'm going to call it intro to graphics.py. Okay. Now there is a certain format that you have to have. Well, not really a format, but there's a certain base amount of code that's necessary to use this library. So I'm actually going to copy that from an example. So let's go back. And inside here, we can see this is really the base code that we need to be starting from. And we're just going to replace the part where here it's drawing a circle and we can draw other shapes. If you're wondering what the commands are for drawing different shapes, there's actually this graphics library reference which provides you with instructions on how to manipulate the different kinds of objects that you can be drawing. So I am going to just open up a bit of code here. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste. So you can copy one of the examples that are already there. And we can go ahead and just erase the part that's doing the drawing. So this is the base level of what you need in order to get the window to show up. And you can copy and paste that, like I said. So this has a window size of 400 by 200. If I change the dimensions, I can see that that does change the shape of the window. The thing to remember is that the coordinate system is inverted. What I mean by that is 0, 0 is in the upper left corner. X gets more positive as we go, so it gets larger as we go to the right, and X goes negative, and it gets smaller as we go to the left. Y actually is getting bigger as we go down. So the y-axis is flipped, and the origin is in the upper left-hand corner. So let's go ahead and plot a point on here to help kind of orient where the coordinate system actually is placing things. So come back over here. So let's create a point at, let's say, 50, 100. So we're going to start off by giving it a variable name. So we'll say my point equals point 50, 100. We can change the color of the point, and you can look up examples on how to do that. I'm not going to bother here. I'm just going to draw this point, and I have to draw it in the window. So let's go ahead and run this. And we see that there is a point drawn on the screen, and the coordinates of that are 50x, so it's in from the side 50, and the y value is 100, so down from the top 100. If I change the y value here to 200 and run it, I see that the x value has remained the same and my y value has increased. So just to get used to the coordinate system, I recommend that you start with a program like this and then play around with creating points in different locations just to kind of get your head around where everything is.